Hi, really many people ask me about scaling my free energy generators, if it is possible and how to create more powerful one. In this video I'm gonna show you that it is possible. Here I have two my free energy resonators. In the previous two videos I explained how it works. You could see how I connected only one of them to the LED bulb. By the way, the bulb wasn't too much bright, and you could also see there all measurements to prove it's genuine free energy resonator. One of those videos was taken outside to prove that I don't have any transmitter near, so you can be sure this resonator is working everywhere. Links on all those my generators are in description of this video, or you can check out my whole channel for much more interesting videos. This video is gonna be a little longer, but it's worth it. Well, by connecting more and more these resonators, you can get either higher voltage or higher current, or both. It depends how you connect it. Great thing is I managed to get about 3 volts on my resonators. Maybe you can say that almost exactly 3 volts look like I have two 1.5 volts batteries there. But if I had wanted you not to say this is fake, I would have used a little weaker batteries. And this is common standalone battery to show you my multimeter is working properly. And by the way, at the end you can see this resonator disassembled, and I'm gonna measure every part of it separately, so you will be able to see there is no battery anywhere. And second resonator, no voltage on the magnet and antenna. Voltage is only between the magnet and the cylinder. This second resonator has a little lower voltage. It depends on quality of the insulator, magnet strength, surface of the antenna and cylinder, etc. This is such metal connection bridge that I'm gonna use to connect these two resonators. No voltage on it. And clips for resonators connection. No voltage anywhere. And some important resistance measurements. Only piece of metal. As well as these clips. Resonator isn't conductive, maybe surprising, but really isn't. By the way, that's why the resonator cannot be used as some, let's say, conductive wire to switch on the bulb if there was any battery inside of that bulb. With serial connection, you won't see double voltage as you can expect, because this lower resonator has neodymium magnet above its cylinder, which is not good because it disrupts the field of the antenna of that lower resonator. And you remember that every resonator has about 3 volts. If there was any battery inside of them, now you would see about 5.9 volts on the multimeter. But I'm gonna have it parallelly. There is gonna be double current, and LED bulb is gonna shine much more bright. By the way, this isn't common LED bulb for 230 volts. This LED bulb is for 3 volts. You cannot connect it to common socket. This is from my daughter's lamp. There isn't any battery inside, otherwise it would be shining now when I connect these two wires. LED bulb connected to only one of these resonators. This is not full brightness of this LED bulb. And second resonator. Now I'm gonna connect it parallelly to get double current and higher brightness. Here you can see when I connect second generator, the LED bulb has much higher brightness, but it's still not full brightness of this LED bulb. You can still see there are some gloomy spots on the bulb, but the brightness is much higher than with only one resonator. Well, it's a little tricky to keep all contacts, especially at the bottom. You can connect very many such resonators and light up a whole house, for example. And again, wires are connected and no light. No voltage on the bulb. And again, to be sure my multimeter is working correctly. And detail measurements of the resonators. No voltage on the magnet with insulator. That's why you can be sure there isn't any battery here. And no voltage on the standalone magnet, so please don't say there is any battery in the magnet. And of course no voltage on the standalone antenna. By the way, if here was any Tesla coil near here, now here would be some voltage, but it isn't. And as I said, I have made video with this resonator taken outside where I couldn't use any Tesla coil because it would have to be very close, and at the end of that video I showed you I had nothing under the mat. The same measurements as on the first resonator. No voltage anywhere, it works only as complete assembled thing. Battery wouldn't have 0 ohms. And now it is conductive without insulator. Maybe you would like to see magnet on the bulb. No, it's not switched on by the magnet.